Assalamu alaikum students. Today's lecture is about the electrochemistry, and in this lecture we will learn about the oxidation and reduction. Oxidation is the addition of the oxygen. If oxygen atoms are added in another atom, then we will say that here the process of addition is taking place. And reverse of this is the removal of oxygen. If oxygen is removed from any atom, then we will say that here reduction is taking place. Removal of hydrogen is also called the oxidation, and in the same way addition of hydrogen is called the reduction. And third point is about the oxidation is the loss of electron. If an element or an atom lose the electron, we will say that process of oxidation is taking place here. And in the same way, if an atom gain the electron, we will say that process of reduction is taking place here. And the last point is increase in the oxidation number. And the last point is increase in oxidation number is also called oxidation. And when oxidation number is decreased, we will say that process of reduction is taking place here. So addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen, loss of electron, and increase in oxidation number. If any one of the process is taking place in some atom or molecule or ion, we will say that process of oxidation is taking place there. And reverse of this process is called the reduction. Now oxidation and reduction in terms of the loss or gain of oxygen and hydrogen. And in this we can see the example of here the reaction between the ferric oxide and carbon monoxide, and the product is the ferric and carbon dioxide. Here we can see that in this process ferric oxide oxygen is combined with this iron, but in the product this iron is without oxygen. So we will say that oxygen is removed from this iron, and from this iron oxide oxygen is removed and it changes into the iron. So removal of oxygen is taking place here. So we will say that this ferric oxide undergo the process of reduction, as oxygen is removed from this ferric oxide and it changes into the ferric. So process of reduction is taking place here. And on the other side, this carbon monoxide, it changes into the carbon dioxide. Here the number of oxygen atoms are 1 in carbon monoxide, and in case of carbon dioxide, number of oxygen atoms are the 2. So we will say that oxygen is added here. So oxygen is added in carbon monoxide as addition of oxygen taking place. So we will say that the process of oxidation is taking place in carbon monoxide and it changes into the carbon dioxide. In the other example of the acetylene, oxidation of this acetylene or oxygen react with this acetylene, the product is the carbon dioxide and the hydrogen. Here we can see that in acetylene it is a combination of the carbon and hydrogen, and after reacting with oxygen this acetylene changes into the carbon dioxide. So hydrogen is removed from this acetylene and this carbon changes into the carbon dioxide. So what process is taking place? We can see that hydrogen is removed from this carbon. As the hydrogen is removed, so removal of hydrogen is the process of the oxidation. So this acetylene undergoes oxidation and changes into the carbon dioxide. And in the same way you can see that carbon changing into the carbon dioxide. So this process is the oxidation. Simply oxygen is added in this carbon. So we can see that oxidation and reduction in terms of the loss or gain of oxygen and hydrogen here. So oxygen is removed, this is also the process of reduction. Oxygen is added, it is a process of oxidation. And hydrogen is removed, it is also the process of oxidation. Here few examples are given. In this you can see nitrogen combined with the hydrogen and the product is ammonia. In the second example, hydrogen reaction between the hydrogen and oxygen and the product is the water. And in the third example, aluminium react with oxygen and product is the aluminium trioxide. Now we can see that what happened here. In the first example we can see that nitrogen changes into the ammonia. Now how this nitrogen change into the ammonia? Simply this hydrogen is added in this nitrogen. So by the addition of this hydrogen, this nitrogen change into the ammonia. So in this process you can see that here the addition of hydrogen is taking place. Hydrogen is added in this nitrogen. So it is a process of reduction and change into the ammonia. In the second example, you can see the reaction between the hydrogen and oxygen and the formation of the water. Here we can see that oxygen is added in this hydrogen. And when this oxygen is added in the hydrogen, it changes into the water. So addition of oxygen is taking place here. So it is the process of oxidation. And in the third example, when aluminium react with oxygen, aluminium trioxide is formed. Here we can see simply the addition of oxygen in the aluminium. And by the addition of this oxygen in the aluminium, product is the aluminium trioxide. As addition of oxygen is taking place, so we say that here the process of oxidation is taken place. Now oxidation and reduction in terms of the loss and gain of electron. How we can say that oxidation and reduction is taking place when we measure it in terms of the gain or loss of the electron. Oxidation is actually the loss of the electron by an atom or an ion. If an atom lose the electron or if an ion lose the electron, we will say that the process of oxidation is taking place here. For example, you can see here that this zinc atom, after losing the electron, after losing these two electrons, change into the zinc ion. This +2 charge shows that zinc has lost the 2 electron. So as the zinc atom is losing the electron, so we will say that this zinc atom undergoes the oxidation. And here you can see that these ferrous ions, they lose 1 electron and change into the ferric ions. Ferrous changes into the ferric by losing the 1 electron. So here again the process of oxidation take place. And we say that reduction is the gain of electron by an atom or an ion. For example, you can see here this chlorine gas, it gained 2 electrons, as we have write down these electrons in our reactant. So this chlorine is gaining these 2 electrons, and after the gain of the 2 electron, change into the chloride ions. 2 chloride ions are formed after gaining these 2 electrons by the chlorine gas. So as the chlorine is gaining the electron, so we will say that here the process of reduction is taking place. In the same way, these hydrogen ions, they gain 2 electrons, 2 hydrogen ions gaining the 2 electrons, and after gaining of the electron, they change into the hydrogen gas. As electrons are added here, these hydrogen ions adding the electrons, gaining the electrons, so it is the process of reduction. So oxidation is the loss of electron and reduction is the gain of electrons. Here few examples, we can observe the few examples how the oxidation and reduction take place. When the reaction take place between two atoms or two molecules or two ions, there again the redox reaction will take place. Redox reaction mean one atom will lose the electron and other atom will gain the electron. And how this happens we can clearly see here. You can see the reaction between this magnesium and sulfur, and the product is magnesium sulfide. How this reaction take place, as the magnesium is a metal, it will lose 2 electron and it will carry the +2 charge. This +2 charge indicate that 2 electron are lost by this magnesium atom. And as the magnesium has lost the electrons, so we will say that process of oxidation is taking place in the magnesium. And on the other hand, this sulfur, it is non-metal. It gains the electron. One sulfur atom gains 2 electrons, and after gaining of the 2 electron, it will carry the -2 charge. This -2 charge indicate that sulfur has gained the 2 electrons. As the sulfur is gaining the electrons, so we will say that the process of reduction is taking place here. So magnesium is oxidized and sulfur is reduced. Now we will apply this between the reaction between this magnesium and sulfur. Here the magnesium oxidation state is the 0. Sulfur is the oxidation state is 0. But as we have seen here, magnesium is losing the 2 electron and carry the +2 charge. So magnesium will carry this +2 charge, and sulfur, it is gaining the 2 electrons, so it will carry the -2 charge. So as this magnesium is losing the electron, 2 electrons, we will say that the process of oxidation is taking place in this magnesium. And in the same way, this sulfur has gained the 2 electrons, so we will say that process of reduction is taking place in the sulfur. So one atom is oxidized and other atom is reduced. Such type of reactions are called the redox reactions. Redox reactions are those reactions in which one reactant is oxidized and the other reactant is reduced. And it is another example of the redox reaction in this reaction between the sodium and oxygen. Sodium and oxygen combine together to produce the sodium oxide, and this disodium oxide is formed. And how this reaction take place, as there are 4 sodium atoms, so these 4 sodium atoms, they will lose 4 electron. As one sodium atom lose 1 electron, there are the 4 sodium atoms. These 4 sodium will lose the 4 electrons and 4 sodium ions will be formed. As the electrons are lost by this sodium, so we will say that process of oxidation is taking place here. And on the other hand, one oxygen atom gain 2 electrons, and here are the 2 oxygen atoms. So 2 oxygen atoms will gain these 4 electrons and they will transform into the 2 oxide ions. So oxygen atom is gaining the electrons, so process of reduction is taking place here. Sodium will lose the electron and oxygen will gain those electrons. So process of oxidation will take place in the sodium and process of reduction will take place in the oxygen. Now in this reaction, as 4 sodium atoms losing the electron, 4 electrons, so process of oxidation is taking place here. And in the same way, this oxygen atom, 2 oxygen atoms, they are gaining these 4 electrons, so we will say that process of reduction is taking place here. So one atom is oxidized and one atom is reduced here. It is another type of the redox reactions. And in this example, you can see the reaction between the aluminium and chlorine, and product is the aluminium trichloride. Now, how aluminium and chlorine are oxidized and reduced, and which atom will be oxidized or reduced in terms of electron, we can see that uh, one aluminium atom, it lose 3 electrons, and after losing these 3 electrons change into the aluminium ion. And as the aluminium is losing the electrons, so we will say that process of oxidation will take place in this aluminium. And one chlorine atom, it will gain 1 electron, as there are the 3 chlorine atoms. So these 3 chlorine atoms will gain 3 electrons, and it will transform into 3 chloride ions. As the chlorine is gaining the electron, so process of reduction is taking place here. So aluminium losing the electron, so process of oxidation will take place in this aluminium, and chlorine, it is gaining the electron, so process of reduction will take place in this aluminium. Here aluminium, after losing the 3 electron, process of oxidation take place in this, and this chlorine atom, after gaining of 3 electron, it is reduced. So aluminium is oxidized and chlorine is reduced, as aluminium has lost the 3 electrons and chlorine has gained these 3 electrons, and in this way aluminium trichloride is formed. And in this example, between the reaction between the magnesium and hydrogen, and the product is magnesium hydride. Here how the magnesium and hydrogen, which one atom will be oxidized and which one will be reduced, we see that magnesium, being the metal, it will lose the 2 electron, and after losing the 2 electron it will gain the +2 oxidation state. So as the magnesium is losing the electron, so process of oxidation is taking place in this magnesium. And hydrogen atom, it is gaining the electron. It is the non-metal, it will gain the electron, and after gaining of electron it will change into the hydrogen hydride ion, and process of reduction will take place here. So magnesium, after losing the 2 electron, it will carry the +2 charge, and hydrogen, after gaining the 2 electron, change into the hydride ions. So process of reduction is taking place in this hydrogen. Now as the magnesium is losing the electron, so process of oxidation will take place in this magnesium, and in the same way this hydrogen is gaining the electron, so process of reduction will take place here. And in all these examples you have seen that we will write down the oxidation number here, and overall our molecule is neutral. The number of charge, number of electron, one is lost by the atom and other is gained by the atom, they are the same. So as a whole our molecule is neutral. Now what is the oxidation state or oxidation number, as I have assigned in the last few examples you have seen. Now what is the oxidation state or the oxidation number, and what are the rules to assign the oxidation state to an atom? So oxidation state or oxidation number is the apparent charge assigned to an atom of an element in a molecule or in a ion. So the apparent charge that an atom have in an atom, in a molecule or in an ion, that is called the oxidation number. Just like if we take the example of this HCl, oxidation number of hydrogen is +1 and oxidation number of chlorine is -1. So the apparent charge an atom have is called the oxidation number or oxidation state. Now what are the rules to assign? First, the oxidation number of all the elements in the free state is 0. When the elements are not in the combined state, they are existing in the free state, we say that they have the 0 oxidation number. Just like if we take the single atom of this zinc, sodium or hydrogen, all these will have the 0 oxidation state because they are not in the combined form, they are not combined with other atoms. The oxidation number of an ion consisting of a single element is the same as the charge on the ion. Just like the oxidation state of the sodium is the +1 because it can lose one electron. So in the same way, the calcium, it form the it carry the oxidation state of the +2 because it can lose the 2 electrons. So the oxidation number of an ion consisting of a single element is the same as the charge on the ion. How much charge an atom may have, that will be the oxidation number of that atom. The oxidation number of hydrogen in all its compound is the +1, but in the metal hydride it is the -1. Just like in case of the ammonia, nitrogen is the non-metal, hydrogen is also the non-metal, but in this case nitrogen will carry the -3 charge and this hydrogen will carry the +3 oxidation state as the 3 hydrogen atoms here. So oxidation number of the 3 hydrogen atoms will be the +3 and that of nitrogen will be the -3. When hydrogen is combined with the non-metals, this hydrogen will carry the plus oxidation state. But in case of the metallic hydride, just like sodium hydride, calcium hydride and so on, in the metallic hydride, oxidation number of hydrogen will be the -1. So when hydrogen is combined with the non-metal, it will carry the plus oxidation state, and when this hydrogen is combined with the metals, this hydrogen will carry the -1 oxidation state. And if we consider the ions, then the algebraic sum of the oxidation number equal to the charge on the ion. Just in this example, you can clearly see that if we consider the carbonate, this carbonate carry the -2 oxidation state. How this carbonate carry the -2 oxidation state? We can calculate it as oxidation number of the carbon is the +4. Oxidation state of the carbon is the +4. And the same way there are the 3 oxygen atoms. So oxidation number of 3 oxygen atoms will be -6 because one oxygen atom carry the oxidation state of -2. As one oxygen atom carry the oxidation state of the -2, so 3 oxygen atoms, they will carry the oxidation number of -6. Carbon is carrying the +4 oxidation state. 3 oxygen atoms carrying the -6 oxidation state. So when we will sum up this as +4 and -6, when we will sum up these two values, we will get the -2 charge. So this -2 will be the charge on this carbonate ion, this complex ion. In neutron molecules, the algebraic sum of the oxidation number of all the element is 0. As in case of the in the start we have seen that in case of the HCl, oxidation number of hydrogen is the +1 and oxidation state of this chlorine is the -1. So when we will sum up the values of these charges +1 and -1, when we will sum up this, we will get the 0. So HCl have no oxidation state, or the algebraic sum of this HCl will be 0. So neutron molecules, they will have the oxidation number of all the elements, and the sum of the oxidation number of all the elements will be 0. So how can we determine the oxidation number? For example, here we consider we want to calculate the oxidation number of this nitrogen in the nitric acid. How we can calculate? First of all, we will make the equation just like hydrogen, nitrogen and 3 oxygen atoms. Sum of the oxidation number of all these must be equal to the 0. It is our equation. Now we will put the values, their charges there. As one hydrogen atom, it carry the oxidation number of the +1. Why we consider here the oxidation state of this hydrogen as +1? Because this hydrogen is combined with this nitrogen and nitrogen is the non-metal. So when hydrogen combined with the non-metal, it carry the +1 oxidation state. So +1 oxidation state of this hydrogen. Then we want to calculate the oxidation number of this nitrogen. We will write down it as well. And then 3 oxygen atoms. As I have already told you, one oxygen atom carry the -2 charge. So 3 oxygen atoms will consider 3 multiplied to the -2 charge overall on the oxygen atoms. So we calculate this as +1 plus nitrogen, and this -6 is the oxidation state of 3 oxygen atoms. After sum of this, we get it -5, as +1 and -6 equal to the -5. So oxidation state of the nitrogen will be +5. Now we can verify this as by putting the oxidation number of all the atoms in this molecule. It should be equal to the 0. As hydrogen carry the +1, we have calculated the nitrogen as the +5, and 3 oxygen atoms carry the -6 charge. So -6 +5 and +1, answer will be 0. So as a whole, this nitric acid is the neutral molecule. This verifies that our answer is right. Now we want to calculate the oxidation number of the sulfur and the sulfuric acid. Again, we will write down there are the 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 sulfur atoms and 4 oxygen atoms, and our equation will be all they must have the 0. Sum of these charges must be equal to the 0. So one hydrogen atom carry the +1 charge. So there are the 2 hydrogen atoms. We will multiply it with 2 and write down the sulfur as such, and then 1 oxygen atom carry the charge of -2. Again the 4 oxygen atoms, so we will multiply this value by the 4. So we will calculate it as +2 and -8. Again the answer will be the +2 -8 is the -6. So oxidation number of this sulfur will be 6. Now we will verify whether when we put this sulfur, oxidation number of this sulfur as the +6, we get the neutral molecule as hydrogen +2, sulfur +6, and 4 oxygen atom will have the oxidation state of the -8. So when we will sum up this, our answer is 0. This verifies that oxidation state of sulfur is +6. Okay, hopefully all of you have got the points. Now what is the message of the today? Read it carefully.